This weekend, we celebrate Memorial Day in the United States. We celebrate those brave men and women who has lost their lives in the line of battle. We celebrate those men and women who make it possible for us to enjoy the freedoms that we have here today in the country. Now, I served in the military from 2005 to 2010, and I served with some extremely well-mannered, some of the most best people that you will ever know, who ultimately lost their lives in the line of duty. And I think about all the freedoms that I enjoy today. Not only me, but we all enjoy today here in the United States, thanks to the ultimate sacrifice that these brave men and women have made. Today we live in a time of uncertainty. No one really knows what's going to happen from day to day with the coronavirus. But as you see all around the country, we get to enjoy freedom of speech, the right to bear arms, freedom of assembly. Some of those freedoms that we can take for granted now because of the brave men and women who fought and ultimately lost their lives defending those rights bestowed upon us by our forefathers. You hear all the time, and recently there's a video going around of a young man saying, "I live in a free country." That country is free because we have brave men and women who volunteer to fight for those freedoms. And some of those men and women who volunteered ultimately lost their lives so we can enjoy those freedoms that we so often enjoy. And we love, love, love those freedoms. Our Second Amendment, our right to bear arms, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. Some of those things that we take for granted, that when we fear that they're going to be taken away, we protest, we march, we speak out against that. Don't infringe upon my rights. Don't tread on me. Many of those sayings that have been made famous here in America because we get to enjoy these freedoms that other countries may not enjoy. You know, I'm so proud to be a part of military history. I'm so proud to serve with brave men and women who lost their lives in the line of duty so that we can all enjoy these freedoms. And it means so much more to me today to practice those freedoms because I served on those front lines in Iraq. And I served with men and women who lost their lives, not only fighting terrorism, but defending our freedoms right here in the United States. This Memorial Day weekend means a lot to me because I'm going to be celebrating 13 years of being injured. It's called my Alive Day. After I was injured, I still had 13 years, 13 years of freedom. 13 years. I was shot by a sniper June 17th, 2007. And I thought I wasn't going to make it back. The very next day, a very good friend of mine, Eric Snell, was shot and killed by a sniper. I celebrate Memorial Day for him. A man from Trenton, New Jersey, who left behind a family, children, an entire city that loved him. A young man, Michael Scusa, who lost his life in Afghanistan, who all he wanted to ever do in life was have a child. And he had a child, deployed to Afghanistan, and unfortunately lost his life in an ambush. We celebrate Memorial Day for these men and women who have these stories that live on forever through family, friends, close acquaintances, children, grandchildren, who may not know who their parents are, may not know who their grandparents are, but they know that's the person who lost their life so that I can live free today. These great men and women we celebrate this weekend who have defended our American freedom and our American way of life.